Hey, what's up, St. Catherine's Youth? So good to connect with you again online. Hey, if you're joining us for the first time, so buzzed to have you with us tonight. If you want to know more about who we are or what we do, my name is Shane. I'm the youth pastor here at St. Catherine's Church, and our vision is pretty simple. We just want to see young people thrive in all of life. We have lots of ways that you can get involved and join us on the journey. If you'd like to do that, go see stcatharines.ie/youth. Well, hey, I'm really excited to get into the Bible together. If you have one, I want to encourage you to go get it. Maybe you want to put this on pause, run upstairs, run downstairs, grab a Bible. We're going to be looking at Acts chapter 16 together in verses 25 and 26. That's the book of Acts chapter 16 verses 25 and 26. It says this: at about midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the prisoners were listening to them. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prison were shaken. And immediately all the doors were opened, and everyone's chains were loosened. Tonight, I want to talk to you from this thought. My praise has power. My praise has power. Hey, what a few weeks it's been. I don't know about you, but it's just been a weird one for me. Like going from just hanging out together, being in different shopping centers, looking at clothes, to maybe going to the cinema, attending events, or playing football at the weekend, or just simply being in work, or maybe for you, it's school, to now being stuck at home. That is weird for me. I don't know about you, but you're probably stuck to a screen, like I have been, whether it's on the laptop or it's on the PlayStation. We're all finding ourselves stuck to different screens. I asked some of you this week, well, how are you finding it? What are you thinking about the next few weeks and months? And some of you responded and said, I would love to be doing my exams. Now, I didn't think I would hear a young person as a youth pastor say that you want to do exams, but this is what you're finding yourselves in. Crazy times call for crazy sayings. But hey, I guess you're feeling restricted and limited. I wonder, if I was to ask you this question, would you choose this? Like, would you choose to be stuck in this pandemic, in this moment right now? The obvious answer is no. You would much prefer a different way of things right now. In our text tonight, Paul and Silas, who are maybe in a slightly different situation, are finding themselves in a particular situation they would not choose to be in. They find themselves in prison. Now, they're not in prison for doing something stupid or wrong the way we know of, but they're in prison for preaching the gospel. See, some of you tonight have this idea that following Jesus is always good, always easy, always rosy, but that's not the case at all. Just look at Paul and Silas. For following Jesus, for preaching the gospel, for spreading the good news, they find themselves in prison. See, here's the thing, guys. Jesus is not a Disney character. He's not just someone that we look at and that it's all fairy tale and it's all okay. And yes, he is God, and yes, he is all powerful. But that does not mean that we're going to find ourselves in situations we would rather not be in. This is going to cost us. Following Jesus often costs us. These guys are following Jesus no matter what. And they find themselves in a position they did not want to be in, just like we are right now. But what I love about this story is that it picks us up and it says, hey, Paul and Silas were in prison and they start singing hymns to God. They start giving praise to God. And it says they start to give it at midnight. I don't know about you, but at midnight I'm asleep because my daughter keeps me up all day. But they start singing hymns. They start praising and praying to God. They chose to not let their situation dictate their spirit. See, See, some of you need to hear this. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% of how you respond. What are you doing today to respond? What spirit are you responding with? Is it one of doubt or praise? Is it one of worry or worship? Whatever you are choosing will not just impact you, but actually it will impact others. Just look at the story. As they're praising, as they're singing hymns to God, it says that the other prisoners were listening to them. How loud must have they been? How passionate did they worship? How powerful was their praise? Hey, do people hear your worship when you speak? Do they know by your actions who you follow? Do they know by your social media post what you really value? See, here's the thing. The prison was a place of pain, a place of hurt, a place of loss. But two guys decided, you know what? I'm going to turn this into a place of praise. And praise shifts the atmosphere. It changes the room. It brings faith. It brings freedom. It brings hope and belief and expectation that something, somehow, some way can happen. And it does. It says, suddenly there was such a violent earthquake that the foundations of the prison were shaken. And at once all the prison doors flew open and everyone's chains came loose. Hear me. Their praise had power. Freedom broke in. Chains came loose. Someone is listening tonight. And for the first time ever, that addiction is slowly but surely falling off. That pain is being healed and that hope that was stolen is being renewed. Come on, someone say with me, my praise has power. So I want to end tonight slightly different than how we usually do. I want to pray, but I don't just want to pray. I want to pray with some passion. I want to pray and give some praise to our God. Maybe tonight you want to join me from this other side of the screen. Now, I know you're home. I know people are around. But hey, maybe just get up, walk out of the room. Maybe just go upstairs and join me. And hey, don't be thinking about the worship leader or the instruments that we normally have. And I miss them and we'll have them soon. But just for you right now. Because you don't need all those things. You just need your mouth and you just need your heart. Because look at Paul and Silas in prison. They didn't have a worship team. They had to lead themselves. And right now, where you're at, where you're stuck, your position, you have to lead yourself. So hey, why don't you join me and just start speaking out things? Why don't you start lifting up your praises to God? Come on, give him some praise. Give him some adoration. Just say, hey, God, you're so good. You're so kind. Your grace is so deep. I'm so thankful for the gift of life that you've given me. I'm thankful for the fact that I get to know you and be in relationship with you. And that my value or worth is not questioned, but I'm known by you. I'm seen by you. That you give me breath in my lungs. That right now, if I have a pulse, I have a purpose, that I am well able to do the things you've called me to do. I don't know what your praises are, but I know mine. And I want to give him praise at the fact that I've got a home. I want to give him praise at the fact that my family is healthy and well. I don't know about you, but I want to give praise at the fact that I'm not sick. Right now I'm healthy, I'm well. What is it for you? You got to give him some praise tonight that says, hey, I'm not going to allow my situation to dictate my spirit. So right now, join me and lift up some praise. Well, hey, I hope you just lifted up your praises to God. I want to encourage you to continue to do that throughout the week. And hey, if you have any questions, anything you want to respond with, hey, let us know. You can send us a direct message on Instagram at St. Catherine's Youth, or you can email me at shane@stcatherines.ie. Well, hey, we'll continue to meet like this every Friday at 8 p.m. online until it is safe to do otherwise. I want to encourage you to join us. Alongside that, you can join us for our Sunday service at 11 a.m. on Facebook Live at St. Catherine's Church. Hey, stay safe and we'll see you soon.